Welcome to the Jon and Heidi Show podcast.
Jon and Heidi.
Here's Jon and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, Jon?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is a Thursday. It's the 19th day of October, National Seafood Bisque Day today. Do you like seafood bisque? Is that a thing? Not your thing? Dress Like a Dork Day. Well, I celebrate that quite often, actually.
Yes, you do. You're the best at it.
Elevate Your Life Day today. International Gin and Tonic Day. Heidi will celebrate.
I do enjoy a gin and tonic. Also.
I accidentally took a sip of your mother's gin and tonic once. I thought it was my water because it was clear, and I took a sip of it. It was horrible. It tasted like somebody ground up a Christmas tree. Like, why would anyone drink that? New Friends Day and much, much more. It's also a Thursday, which means we have a Dear Jon letter. Our letter today is from Concerned Dad. There's a bully at the park across the street from their house.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of turned into a not such a good thing. If you'd like to chime in with advice, you can do that at facebook.com/Jon and Heidi Show.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Nobody wants to do household chores, but there might be a bright side to it. Aside from having a clean and tidy home, 1 in 4 people say it helped them bond with their parents. Yeah, survey. 7 in 10 people said they have a strong relationship with mom and dad, and spending quality time together. 61% was the main reason for it. And yes, quality time does include doing household chores as well. Over 2,000 people involved in the survey from one poll, 64% found comfort in doing tasks the way they learned from mom and dad. The top tip that people learned from their parents: to dust, not to dust around items, but to pick them up and dust everything. 70% said they learned to wash dishes in a specific way, silverware, glasses, plates, and whatnot. 6 in 10 said they still follow the habit of putting the kitchen to bed, meaning they clean everything in the kitchen before they go to sleep. Heidi,
yeah, I have a hard time
absolutely
sleeping with the kitchen messy.
It's never bothered me at all.
It does not, no.
I can't go to sleep. There's a fork in the sink. I'm like, I don't really care. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know the average homeowner encounters a bug or other pest about 5 times a week, both inside and outside their home?
I've never thought about it,
according
but I'm sure.
to a survey. And when bugs cross their path, 15% go into exterminator mode immediately, squishing the bug, regardless of where they see it, inside, outside, anywhere. Survey of 2,000 Americans also found that 43% said if bugs or pests are found inside their home, only then would they kill them. A third, 32%, said they would do the same only to bugs they see outside. 22% said they call in a professional to get somebody else to squish it for them. So my favorite bug story, there was a spider. I'm not afraid of bugs at all. There was a spider on the ceiling in our bedroom. And Heidi said, "Hey, can you come and get this spider? I can't go to sleep with a spider on the ceiling." So I go over to get this spider. Yes. And I knocked it on the bed, on her side of the bed.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it.
And you couldn't find it.
And did we sleep somewhere else that night? I don't remember.
I did.
I don't remember what we did. I was like, that's your hero husband for you right there. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. I've got not one, but 2 Dancing with the Stars stories. First one, Brooke Burke dropped a bombshell and a revelation about her time as a contestant on the show back in 2008, Heidi. She admitted that she had a thing for her pro partner at the time. So she was had a hots for Derek Hugh. She was tempted to engage in a love affair with him, she said. Ooh. And the next story. According to a report, the Dancing with the Stars producers were very disappointed in Jamie Lynn Spears being eliminated so early. October 3rd, she was booted. They were hoping that she would stay on longer, and they thought they could actually get her and her estranged sister, Britney Spears, together on the air. But it didn't happen. So there you go.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's because they cared about the family, not because they were hoping for ratings. That's what we're going to say.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was entirely for...
And part of the original cast of Mean Girls have reunited for a new on-screen project. And the project, it sounds like maybe a Super Bowl commercial for Pepsi.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so Lindsay Lohan and several others. And if you want to know all the details, I've got it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Apple has a secret police force called the Worldwide Loyalty Team that makes sure no employees leak information. Can you imagine that? No. We have the same thing around here. We don't let anybody talk about stuff we're going to do, mainly because we don't know what we're going to do. That's the real reason. And here's some info that could come in handy. A British psychologist says the secret to weight loss might lie in eating with the wrong hand. Professor Richard Wiseman, who teaches at the University of Hertfordshire, says using your non-dominant hand for eating will likely lead to less food consumption because
it takes
doing
longer to do it.
Yeah, it takes longer and forces you to be more mindful because you need to sort out coordination issues.
Right. That is a great idea, actually.
Somewhat tied to that, I think I maybe will agree with this because here's the thing. I eat with both hands, and I've gained a lot of weight. Shoveling food in with both hands. And the myth of being fat but fit, yes, it's been debunked by a new study. German researchers found that obese individuals, even if they appear healthy, are still 50% more susceptible to coronary heart disease and are also much more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. Yeah. The research says that weight management and recommendations for weight loss are important for people living with metabolically healthy obesity. So, all of those things. That is, have you ever heard that, the fat but fit thing? I have.
I've always said I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah, because I'm a pretty big guy, and I've had people go, well, you're a big guy, but you're a pretty healthy big guy. I'm like, no. I get winded thinking about walking on the steps. I'm not healthy at all. All right, scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. And it's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John, Dear John.
All right, I got a Dear John letter here that's it's kind of an interesting letter. I wonder what Heidi's going to say. Probably something that will get us all in trouble. Dear John, there's a park right across the street from our house. We've been avoiding the park because there's a kid who's a bit rough at the park. He's pretty aggressive toward the other kids. He kicks and pushes the other kids. He doesn't have much guidance. A few weeks ago, I was there with my kids, and this bully was being mean to everyone. I scolded him, and he didn't seem to care. I asked him to behave or go home. He said, I don't have to listen to you. You can't touch me, or my dad will sue your pants off. Then he went on to tell me his dad is an attorney, and he doesn't care if he's rough with others because he's raising him to be tough. Okay, I'm not raising my kids to be wimpy, but I also don't think they need to be pushed around. We've been avoiding the park and going to a different area on nice days. My kids want to go to this park, but I can look over and see the bully is there being a bully, so we avoid it. What would you do as a parent, knowing there's a good chance he'd push your kid or hit your kid? Am I teaching my kids to be wimpy by avoiding the little jerk? Should we go back over and record him being mean so I have evidence? I'm so confused. It would be nice to be able to enjoy the nice days while we have them. Signed, Concerned Dad. So, Heidi, what would you do?
I would get busy starting to teach my kids to be strong. If it's two kids getting in a fight, there's no lawsuit there. It's just kids getting in a fight. And put them in kickboxing, put them in something.
I don't know if that's the right answer.
Give them a taser.
Does it surprise anyone that was Heidi's answer? Anyone at all? Raise your hand if you're going,
What would you do?
I am shocked that Heidi would say such a
Tuck
thing.
tail and run.
No.
I'll just play over here.
No, I can absolutely connect with this person and what they're going through because they're like, it would be nice if the kid's parents would parent the kid. So here's what I would do personally is, you got the kid's version of what his dad would do. You got the kid's version of, my dad will sue your pants off. And he doesn't mind if I push people around. He's teaching me to be tough. You heard the kid's perspective. I would actually say, you know what? Let's talk to your dad. Let's go find out how dad feels about this. Because I'll bet dad doesn't know any of this stuff is going on. Especially if his dad's an attorney. Can you imagine the attorney saying, yeah, go ahead and be a bully and hurt kids? Because that same dad would know if this kid hurts somebody, if he breaks somebody's arm or leg or whatever, if he's pushing them around.
Yep.
I mean, I can't even imagine that. But once you know that, if you find out for sure that that's the way it is, that this guy's going, no, my kid's going to push your kid around and you got to just deal with it, then maybe you go to, okay, we're gonna enter you in, some sort of thing so you can defend yourself. But I would leave it as defending yourself.
Yeah.
That
not being
and
the
pepper
one spray is pretty cheap.
You don't pepper spray a child.
Why not?
Are you telling the dad to pepper spray the kid, or
No, the kids. Arm your kids with pepper spray.
Pepper spray for everybody. It's a horrible idea. Why do I even let you get involved in answering this? If you would like to chime in with some advice, I wonder if it'll be better than Heidi's. Probably. You can certainly chime in at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And I'm going to put out a plea. If you would like to have a Dear John letter answered this coming week, we don't have one yet for next week.
Not yet.
So if you've got something going on, we always keep it anonymous. We never ever say who it is. I've even had people reach out saying, hey, I'd like to talk to this person. And I've never ever connected them going, I'm going to give you their number. I've always reached out to the person who sent the letter and said, hey, if you'd like some help, these guys would like to help. But I kind of leave it in their hands. And there's sometimes I don't even know who it's from. Because if you want, you could submit it at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Then we would know who it is. But you can also submit an anonymous, 100% anonymous letter at johnandheidishow.com. And then we'll do our best to answer your Dear John letter next week. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The koala bear is not really a bear, but a relative of the kangaroo and the wombat.
Well, I did not know that.
Koala-roo just sounds funny,
I didn't
though.
know that. How would it be a relative of the kangaroo? That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, they're relatives. I don't know how all this stuff works. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
You replace every particle in your body every 7 years. You are literally not the same person you were 7 years ago. It's kind of crazy. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Scientists believe that people who dream about an activity will actually get better at that activity in real life.
Oh.
Is it true? I dream about radio. Am I getting any better? No?
Do you dream about radio?
Sadly, I do. I dream like the song ended. I'm like, what did I do? What am I doing around here? And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If removed from the stresses of the modern world, the average human would sleep about 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. About a third of all people are guilty of doing this at least once a week, and it always is done outside. What is it? Doing this once a week.
Urinating.
No. No. Why is that where your mind always goes? Running a red light. About 1/3 of people are guilty of running a red light at least once a week.
Well, of course that would be outside.
Well, that's what I tried giving you a hint, and you went into the gutter.
Not a hint.
Into the gutter she went. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Flag football is one of the sports being proposed by Olympic organizers for inclusion in the 2028 LA Games.
Seriously.
Also up for consideration are baseball/softball, cricket, lacrosse, and squash. If approved, the additions will mark an Olympic return for several of the sports and a debut for flag football, a non-contact version of American football, and squash, which have never been part of the Olympic competition. So I think it's kind of funny, some of the things that are Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Like there's one, I don't know what the sport is even called, but it's like skiing and shooting at the same time. There was a stand-up comic that was talking about that. And it is a real thing, but I was thinking, how did that become an Olympic sport? Like skiing on snow skis and then shooting a gun. I'm like,
that would require some insane
absolutely
talent,
would. I'm like, I don't understand this. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. University of Surrey scientists investigated the association between age and internet usage. And they found that the younger you are, the more likely you are to be addicted to the internet. So casual users go on for specific tasks and they log off without lingering, showing no indication of addiction. So is that you or are you addicted?
I'm not addicted.
Initial users find themselves online longer than they initially planned. Experimenters have feelings of unease or anxiety when not connected to the internet. Addicts in denial display addictive behavior like making relationships on the internet and neglecting real-world responsibilities online. And true addicts, this group comprises about 20% of participants who openly acknowledge the screen dependency and negative impacts that it has on their regular life. And they spend a significantly greater amount of time online than the casual user.
Yikes. Yeah.
I'm somewhere in the middle on that. I'm on the internet way more than I probably should be. But I don't think I'm addicted like that. So, what's that? I'm in denial.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've been
the look on her face
out of town
tells
before,
me.
and you don't have the internet, and it's a nightmare.
It's the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Our quote today is for Lieutenant Frank Drebin from the Files of Police
I
Squad.
loved him.
Truth hurts. Maybe not as much as jumping on a bicycle with a seat missing, but it hurts. That is from The Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
That is such a funny. We should watch that.
Oh,
We haven't
I
watched that
love
in
those
forever.
movies.
Oh, it was
Love
so
them.
funny. Quote of the day, it comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Take a listen to this. This is kind of cool. A man's $600 mistake nearly cost him big. Watch what a fast food worker did for a complete stranger, though. In a heartwarming tale of empathy and generosity, a fast food employee's selfless act of kindness is receiving the recognition it truly deserves. Stella Mango, an assistant manager at Long John Silver's in San Antonio, demonstrated extraordinary compassion by digging through the trash to help a distressed customer find his missing dentures. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Craig Pollock, a regular at that location, made a habit of visiting the restaurant for a quick bite after work. Well, on one fateful day, he found himself in a precarious situation. He accidentally tossed his partial denture in the trash after the meal. He said, I'd broken my front tooth about 5 years ago, and it's just something I never really got accustomed to. So I take it out and usually fold it up and put it in a napkin and set it on the side. Recognizing the potential $600 cost for his error, along with the inconvenience of having to replace the missing denture, he was determined to retrieve it. He approached the manager and said, hey, can I have the trash bag to search for my denture? The manager insisted on taking it upon herself to help him retrieve the thing. And his personal belongings were there. Without hesitation, she donned some gloves, wheeled out the trash can, and meticulously sifted through the piles of discarded items and located the missing denture.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's pretty great.
He expressed his gratitude for the act of kindness. The remarkable story of compassion and selflessness did not go unnoticed. In a surprising turn of events, the incident led to a Cash for Kindness reward. Local media organization started doing this a while ago.
Oh, that's cool.
And a reporter from this TV station was present to capture the heartfelt moment when he was inviting this young lady to the restaurant on her day off. She was presented with a stack of $100 bills amounting to $1,000.
That's awesome.
I've got a link to that video and the story, all of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.